All right, good morning, everybody. What's up? Start a new one. We're kind of just sitting here about to brush my teeth and head to the gym. Kind of rushing a little bit, not really. Don't work or anything, but I'm kind of eager to try something because we're going to do something new with bench. I'm going to try some squat shoes on it. I know I've seen a lot of people do it a lot more recently on my TikTok and stuff. It's been popping up, and I've been searching up like what the benefit is. So even more stuff has been popping up. So I'm just kind of curious to try. I'm still going to bring some flat foots just in case I don't like it. But yeah, we are going to barbell bench with those today, see how they feel. Maybe we get a little bit more explosiveness. That would be kind of cool. Other than that, though, yesterday, I got to say, went really great. We were able to deadlift 585 again, trying our new cues on a stiff bar. So I'm really happy with that. We didn't yank. We didn't have to hinge. We didn't have to bounce the bar over our legs or anything. It went up slow, I will say that, but it went up nonetheless. And literally, it was a clean rep still. So I'm happy about that. We're going to see how bench moves today since we aren't doing the dumbbells. And might be just about it. I got to do some more yard work for my pops afterwards, so that's going to suck. But we're rocking with some Wolverine today. Gonna channel that for some bench. Like I said, we got to put something up decent at least, though they are like the worst benches ever. We're going to suck it up and just maybe hit something good. I don't know. So probably catch y'all at 3:15. See how that moves, and that'll determine what happens. And by then, I'll know if the shoes help me or not. If I still have them on, obviously they're helping. But enough said. I'm going to take my pre-workout, brush my teeth, and I think that's all I need to do. And then I'm going to head out. All right? Catch you at 3:15. 3:15. We still have the shoes on. Not gonna lie, I haven't done a real setup with these on, so I'm not even 100% sure. But now we're really about to find out. So on the wrist straps, we did not get one of the benches I like, so that part's a little iffy, but we're gonna suck it up, deal with it. Still know this is gonna go up, so we're good there. But let's see how it goes. This is where the mic's probably gonna act up. Okay. Well. Yep, there it goes. Oh. Yeah, that felt like it flew, so I'm gonna go 335. Definitely gonna go higher than that probably. I just want to see how it moves. Yeah, just rewatch that. First, I like this angle. But yeah, no, that definitely flew up. 335 loaded. Honestly, only took 2, maybe 3 minutes in between. Good song going. We're good. I do think I like the shoes too. I think it does help put my feet a little bit further back than usually be, and still with that heel support. Time to test out this though. Let's go. We're gonna pause it too. Not quite. So yeah, it did fly. Ass definitely came off the bench, but I'm going up for sure. That felt way too easy. Just did a whole talk and realized this mic wasn't on, but we're at 365 and we're about to just go. We'll see if I want to pause it or not. I didn't really get up. So I threw my shoulder out a little bit, so I mean, not bad for what it was, for sure. Forgot this isn't at the height, but not bad. I do think we can try maybe 385. It was a little, like I said, a little iffy setup wise, but I think we could definitely try 385. So let's see what happens. 385 is loaded. I do have the sleeves on. I want to be safe with it. And I watched the film. I put my elbows out instead of keeping them in. Figured out the setup issue. On the unrack, it's good. I need to do it. But as I go up, I shouldn't be doing that. So now that we know that, we can think about it. Song's already playing though. So we're just gonna go. All right. Yeah, we're about there. That was the ugliest rep I've ever done. I mean, that was ugly. I'm not gonna cap. Ass definitely came up on that, and what was I gonna say? I'm not gonna lie. During the unrack, I was a bit iffy, but my mental, in my head, I was like, we got the sleeves on. Even though they're super flimsy, they're really more there. It's like a mini compression. It's not like those elbow wraps or anything like PR does and all that, where I mean, they'll make you bounce. This is basically like I'm trying to think, like it's just a small compression, a little thicker, but not a full-on sleeve. But my head was like, feels heavy. We got sleeves on now, so we can do it. And as we can tell, I was like 3/4 of the way there. I was like, I swear to God, if this doesn't lock out. But not the prettiest, like I said, by far. But I mean, I still take it. 385's pretty close to 405. I think I figured out now the best setup for this bench. I just sit a bit higher. I think I was always scared of hitting the assists that pull out. Now that I know that I won't, I think we're golden on this bench. And this is a fatter pad at the top, so I can hold a bit more of my back and stuff there. We're gonna dump down to 315 though, and just hit some reps. Crazy it sounds, I kind of feel good to go like right after hitting. I think it's actually been less than 365 to 385. Granted, it's because we are going down like that too. But I mean, it's only been like a minute or two. I kind of just feel ready to go. We're gonna do some pauses, and once those get tired out, we'll do regular reps. If we can do 385, I'm thinking like, mentally I'm like, we can at least hit 6. So maybe 2, 3 pause, 3 regular kind of thing. I think that would be right around that, I don't know. I think that would be pretty good. Otherwise, I think we're gonna do some Larsons after this one. And then just a few more regular reps after. Let's see what we can get though. Yeah, these shoes, I think they're helping a lot. All right, regular reps. Five will do. You know, I think it's a little bad that I'm used to super close grip. I swear I put my thumbs where the knurling starts, and after the unrack, they just wind up being my first fingers on the knurling, or at the start of it. So getting decently close to just making it my close grip push-up or bench. I don't know why I said push-up. Give them a couple minutes though. Then we're gonna do some Larsons and move on. Did take a longer break for this one. Took about 3-4 minutes. That's it, took me out. 5, yeah, I'll take that one. I think if we did regular reps, I think I could have been right at 6 if I did, even if it was just 1 or 2 pauses instead of 3. but who cares? I'm not really going for like a all-time rep PR. Larson's now maybe getting like 2 paused, and then I'll get some sets off camera. Can't just be playing around. But let's go. Let's hit some Larsons. 315. Get this setup going. I'm starting my grip a bit wider just to make sure I actually stay wider. All right, feet out. Bro, my grip is so messed up right now. Yeah, one grip was actually right, the other, my right arm was like way in. Catherine made some sets off camera though. And I'm probably doing flies next. Dumbbell. So. Yeah, let's just move on. Got our bench. Kind of surprised. They were all taken right before I was doing my last set. And then right after I finished the last set, 2 opened up, so we're good. Got the 60s though. I did a set to test out the weight. Now we're gonna do another set. Didn't count how many it was, but I'm guessing around 8. If I'm being honest, so 7 to 10's the goal. I know 7's a weird number, but it's just one I like. I might actually have to go up. Maybe not. Not at all. Hit 9. First 3 though, I was like, this feels way lighter than the last set. Definitely didn't end lighter. Whew. In between while I get some water, this would be a good time. Yesterday with deadlifts, like I said, went really good. 585 moved up. The wider grip, definitely the answer. Because even then, it's not like my knees had a gap between my arms. They were still allowed to apply the pressure onto them. And I used my forearm still as like support to go straight up with it. So, I was happy with that. Especially, like I said, on a stiff bar. I think that means if we had my bar, PR. That's all I'm saying. You know, I was almost thinking about bringing it, but guess what? I still don't have my truck. Because of the 4th thing Friday, still nothing. Since, yeah, they got it Wednesday. Later Wednesday, they didn't look at it Thursday. Friday, they were closing. They're closing on weekends. So I'm hoping they at least looked at it yesterday and maybe even get to it today. If so, next week I'd love to do some deadlifts with my bar. Otherwise, I'm going to have to think of something recording-wise, because tomorrow, with it being leg day, I need the most equipment for that. So there won't be any room in this bag, because I got to bring my belt, squat shoes, knee sleeves, collars in case, like the straps I use for the accessories and stuff for some things. It's packed right now, and this is only a test day where I don't need any equipment. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. Had to make sure this was on, because I've done it like 2 times where it hasn't been, but I'll be on the bike still too. So that's really just the reason. Obviously, if I had the truck, I'd be able to throw the camera in there. But given we're limited, well, I don't know, I have to think of something. Maybe I can bring 2 bags, have one on my actual back and the other like laced on the front. I just have to see how it sits when I put my arms up to make sure it doesn't sag anywhere or affect the riding. stepped out on that one. We'll say the exciting thing about tomorrow is that we are committing to doing front squats. I think with the numbers I'm hitting right now, I could definitely rep 365 on that. Like 3. I wouldn't say anything crazy. Mentally right now, I still think I can even front squat 405. Not PR front squat, since I haven't actually been doing them. But I think we can still hit 405, like a grinder. Definitely gonna think more about the rep though. If we can go up to 365, like I said, that would be ideal. 3 to 5. Maybe I just lock in like with bench and deadlift, and we get 5 reps with that. It's possible. I mean, this week's already been surprising me, if I'm being honest. What was it, like 2 weeks ago? I think it was 3. Last time I did bench and 365 on the run rack was like, no. So, be able to put I mean, it was a crappy 385. But I mean, still nice. We're, 30 pounds behind our max, our all-time max, so pretty cool. As for high bar, we already matched our high bar. And deadlift, we're right there too. Because I think all of my PRs have been on a not stiff bar, so if we're right there with that, then we're looking at some good numbers soon. I think it's just cooler if I rep 585 versus hitting a new max, if I'm being honest. But that'll take a little longer, because they do demand a lot more, in my opinion. Squat, you can just go like, oh yeah, alright, let's go. Deadlift, you're like, I guess it's kind of the same as squat, but deadlifts too, your CNS is absolutely destroyed. And then you have to do it all over again. And there's, I think, a lot more that goes into it. Versus squat, you just kind of think about the brace and then go down and everything. Deadlift, you have to brace, lock your lats, get those into place, get the right depth to where you're not too low or too high to make sure it all moves smoothly. And since it is heavyweight, like I said, it demands a lot more. Alright, I'm not even sure how this has been looking on camera. But this is going to be our last set, 4th. And then we're going to go hit our triceps. Oh, okay. Can't even get that many. Like I said, though, we're gonna go hit our triceps. Hate to say it, probably straight arm push downs or straight bar push downs. Something to get in the shot last size. Well, something else. Not sure yet, but I'll think of something by then. So let's go find a cable. Hopefully, some are open. Definitely isn't a tricep push down. We had to move to the next thing. Cables were taken, so I had to work in with one other person that I knew, which was nice. But just didn't want to put them on camera and stuff like that. So I'll still film some triceps. I'm gonna end it with just regular tricep push down from machine. Or seated dip, I'd say. Not fully that kind, but the tricep variant versus the chest variant. You know, I thought this would be the right way. I'm actually go down. I'm getting a lot more tricep on this movement than I'd like. Keep having to make sure this is on. Because like I said, I made that mistake already like 2 or 3 times today. It just felt stupid. Saying stuff that I already said multiple times. So yeah, no. But obviously we're at a little machine chest press. Would like to still get, I'm probably still going to do dips just because I do want a lower chest exercise. Otherwise, I'll just do the fly variant for lower chest, even though we did dumbbell flies. Like I said, I want a little more something for that lower chest to finish it out. But yeah, other than, yeah, so 2 chests and a tricep is what we got left. Feeling good. I said, amped up about how this week's gone so far, only the first 2 days. Numbers are really good in my opinion. I really like where they're at. I think mentally I needed that, I'm not gonna lie. Weight was getting to me a little bit. Though I realize I am hovering around 220, it's just like, I don't know. I feel like I should be able to hit more. And now that we are, a little boost again. I'm gonna sit up a bit higher so it slides. So I slide into it better and push it out. Though bent, I am happy to be close to 4 or 5. I'm probably still gonna do more dumbbell work. Probably will throw in some barbell, of course, for the pauses and everything like that. But it's not going to be like, let's max out every time again. Don't think we hit that many, but it was a lot more emphasis on the chest, which I like. I didn't really get any tricep in that actually, so that's ideal. Trying to think if I missed anything while I haven't filmed. I think the last video was squats I put up Friday. Anything impressive Friday? I don't think so. Normal chest day. We inclined the 120s again, so nothing really new with that. Same rep range. Otherwise, back same old, same old. Though actually, I just thought of it. I might be swapping width day to Monday. Though deadlifts, I use 4 more thickness. Same thing with like how I was doing hamstring and stuff. I think I should put what I want more emphasis on at the beginning of the week, so I'm not tired by the end. Because 3 heavy compound days, and then an arm and shoulder day before a chest and back day, for the part I want more emphasis on, is wild to me. So I'm gonna change that around come next week, and still deadlift on Monday, but do a lot more width work instead of more rows and stuff. I think rows are better to do on the second chest day anyways. So I think that'll help us with some more progress and keep this growth period going. Cool thing is though, with the numbers already like this where they're at, while I am this weight, I think without trying we'll hit some rep PRs, if not all-time PRs. Maybe 2+ weeks, I'd say. Oh, God. The deadlifts, I do think I could hit one right now, especially since I actually remember to roll out. I'm debating on whether I hold that or not. I always say this, my deadlifts are so iffy. It's like really good week, really crappy week, good week, crappy, good week, crappy. So I don't know if I actually don't do it this coming Monday, but then do it next Monday for the PR or what. I'll think about it. Might have to give you all those something, I don't know, because it's been, I think the last PR I hit was squat, and I think that was right before I started cutting. And I've already stopped cutting for like 2 months now, so had to be at least, I'm gonna say like 5 months ago to be safe. I think it was October, no, not October. What am I thinking? Maybe it was February? No, I think I started in March, so I think February, March is when I hit my squat there. So it's definitely been some time. So I think we're due for a PR. And deadlift, I think, is actually coming up on a year again. Yeah, I hit that one in November. So it's still a little ways out, but I don't know. It's kind of weird because I really haven't done a massive cut since then. So. Yeah, maybe we'll get something for real, but again, I'm gonna think on it. Okay, we're good there. That's actually going to be all the stuff we do for that because I'm burnt out on this one. I'm going to try and look for a lower chest. If not, we'll do the triceps first. Otherwise, chest is ideal, and I'll just end with triceps. And then we'll wrap it up. What do I have to do? Yard work and stuff, so probably at the house or something. But let's get these 2 exercises in. Got a cable. Kind of surprised. When I walked over, I didn't even set the weight. I don't know what I'm doing. I set the height, but not the weight. But walking over, I figured they were going to be taken. No complaints here. And figure I'd admit something right now. Though the pump is still a good one, I'll be real with y'all. And this is probably means something for the way that I live. I definitely think I would have gotten a better pump if I just did dumbbells. Or it'd be that much better. Like I said, it's not. I don't have a bad pump. It's still a good one. But dumbbell bench would have been a bit better today. So with that being said, I'm gonna do them next week. Go back to that. Well, maybe we get some extra reps with the 150s. Maybe we push 7 to 8 or 6 or 6 consistently, 7 for the extra rep. I'm gonna do a pause and go for these. All right. Which I'm excited to go for that, honestly. It's always a good feeling looking those up now. I just feel good. Though one of these times I'm gonna have to try and find someone to help me like lift them onto my knees instead of me staying up with them. Because I've said this, I always like I think it's popping a blood vessel on like my finger, and it always bruises up just from stretching it. And I feel like even when I don't do the dumbbell benching, I'm like doing it on other things. So even when I deadlift or lift something up, it irritates it. We're good right now. It's not like it's bad shape. And if I could avoid that, that would be ideal. And I do think we'd get maybe like an extra rep. Just because it is fatiguing getting those up. When I throw them up, it's not like the 120s where I can keep my knees bent. I have to like throw my legs back. And instead of keeping, say this is the knee, like bending at the fingers, I have to throw them like that so I can get enough air. Otherwise, I'm going to be swinging them like an idiot. And that's how we get them up. It is very uncomfortable, and every time I think I'm going to pop my knee, my knee out of place. One of these times will feel more like warm-up weights, which then it'll be crazy. Then I'll have to figure something out. Okay, yeah, that I can't do anymore. Oh, crap. Think about it too. Tomorrow, definitely do some form of lunge. Though it's not necessarily labeled a lunge. I might do Bulgarians tomorrow. Don't want to at all. But maybe I'll give them a shot. I might try like single arm dumbbell ones instead of having dumbbells in both. I have to ask my brother and stuff about that because I know he does it, but he also does it with a barbell as well. So I'm gonna see which works better. But I'm gonna give them a shot again. I think I should. And I know they're good for your quads. So with bodybuilding being the goal, I guess we'll try them. How many sets have I done? I think just 2. Check this real quick. Alright, we're good. We're good. It's at 3. Yeah, in a second. I need one more. A little extension. The mic's popping out of there. I'm trying to fix it. Oh, I gotta mentally prepare too for this weed eating. It's brutal again. The last few days, it's been chance of rain, so it's been pretty cloudy and not that bad because it's been windy.
But today, little to no clouds, and the sun is like just beaming. It will though, because I have a wife beater under this, it will fix my arm tan lines. But it will build on top of the wife beater tan line I have going on. Because at this point I do my dad's weed eating about once a week, I'd say. So we are getting some sun, which is good. But I mean, you can definitely, I don't know if you can right now, but there's definitely a tan line right there. Because that's also on top of having to ride the bike, which obviously there's no shade on that, so the tan is just, I'm pretty happy with the color that I feel like I do have right now. But I'd be a lot happier if it was all around. But I'm definitely not riding shirtless. Ain't that confident. Someday. Let's go finish this with triceps though. Probably gonna hit like 3 sets of that, since we did hit like 4 with the straight bar push down, couldn't think of that. So hopefully the machine's still open, but that's where we're headed to get the last pump. We got it. Actually, I'm gonna adjust this camera. So I'm surprised. Happy nonetheless that we got the machine. Actually, how far will it sit down? I'm gonna scoot it out a little bit still, just to kind of show it what I do, because I always preach this too. So I put the bench down to where I can't even sit on it without making this uncomfortable. But I want to get my ass low enough, but I don't want to sit into the seat because the seat does angle inward towards my butt. We're not going to do that. We're going to keep our back on the pad, but we're going to throw our hips and everything forward. We can sit down into it as we come up, but as I go down, I want to push back and put all my weight into my triceps on top of the weight that I'm already pushing down. If you really go after it, or like think about it, it pumps up your triceps for sure. I would rank this probably like, this actually might be my second favorite tricep. First, I do love straight bar. But after that, this, I really do love these. If not second, it's definitely top 3 still. Okay. But I think it's a movement y'all need to try, for sure. And really, you don't even have to do any assess. I mean, this stuff hits quick. Like I said, though, if I'm doing it sideways, sit down as you come up and push everything forward as you push down. It's just going to put that much more stress on the triceps, which of course is what you want. And I feel too when I sit back into it, it allows for a deeper stretch or more emphasis on pushing the bicep versus if I'm sitting up, I can't even go as high, but if I sit in, I think you actually just notice that. So even if I keep the same height out, and it brings everything closer. So I know I'm wearing a baggy shirt, so that doesn't help that much, but I think y'all get the picture. It's a good feel. Okay. Deep breath, let's go again. And you don't need to go super light on these. When I say think about the weight, you can still go pretty heavy, but you don't want to do too much where you're flying off the seat or you can't sit down into it. Like I probably could go up, but I have this one loaded at 210. Obviously, 2 plates or machines are going to be different depending on the pulley systems and if they're actually, if you apply the weights yourselves by putting them on versus a pin stick. Okay. Yeah, I can barely do anything now. I take it as like a dumbbell pullover kind of thing. Like if you go too light, you get everything perfect. You still don't feel it as much. But when you go a bit heavier, you get that way better stretch when it's back, and the movement just feels better. I take it like that. Like you don't want to go too light, where you can bust out like 50 of these. You want to go at a decent heavy weight, to where pressing down does put some Emphasis on the tricep, but not too heavy, like I said, to where you're flying up with the push down handles every time you push them back up or bring them back up. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna sit for a second, but that actually might have just been the final set. I don't know if we can actually get another. Triceps, feeling pretty pumped, and even that last set, I barely got any reps. We are gonna cut it here though, so I'm gonna catch you at the house. I just got maybe a set of this, like I said. Otherwise, I gotta hit my abs because we've been staying on top of it. Y'all be proud. Yeah, that's workout completed for the day. Let's probably end this while I'm eating something because I need some food for sure. All right, back at the house. A little shady and stuff outside. No, it's not late. It's actually only like 2, but it's storming. I don't know if you can hear the thunder rumbling and everything. I'm not sure how much this is picking up, but that's what it is. Just finished with enough time to do my dad's yard and everything. Just got back. About to literally have to shower and go right back out because, for one, I forgot my wallet with me, and 2, I have just about no food here. Dad, though, came in clutch. I bet you can hear that part, though. But Dad came in clutch and gave me a chicken breast to cook so I can throw that with some rice, which I do have, and stuff like that. But definitely need to go out for more eggs, stuff like that. Beef, all the good stuff for protein. Definitely. But yeah, today was another successful day. Literally can't wait to try tomorrow out. Super hyped up with it. Like I said, front squats, haven't done in a while, so it's going to be fun to kind of play around with that. Like I said, we're probably going to go up to like 365 and kind of just rep it. I do have confidence that I can definitely do that. I don't think it's going to be like a one-time thing and then I just, crash with it or rack it. I think we do some serious rep work with it, especially too with high bar coming out. I think I know what I need to do with low bar. So we're solid. Bench movement today was also another motivator. Deadlifts yesterday. So we're really just steamrolling now. Super hyped up, super ready to go. I will say, probably the next 2-3 weeks though, I'll probably will just be doing dumbbells for bench just to keep that up. I do want to keep going with that strong, especially like I said, since the pump is a little better, I'll admit that. And then we can come back to it, in like 2 or so weeks. And I feel like that's enough time to maybe push for like 395, maybe 405 if I can get a better setup. And we'll try and make it a lot prettier because that 385 was pretty ugly. Also meant to say though, we did do another set of those triceps. Absolutely lethal. Only got like 6 reps, but I think it was great. Then we just did our cable crunches and bounced. But yeah, I'm just going to shower up. Probably cook this chicken breast at least while I have it here. Eat that with some rice, some spinach, good to go there, and then I got to go right back out for the eggs and everything. Hopefully, though, I hear about the truck today. Coming around their closing time, so I'm kind of a little upset about that since they've at least had it for this long, and I don't even know if they've looked at it. And then worst case scenario, too, I might have to take the bike, which if it keeps raining is also going to be a terrible idea at 5 in the morning. So we're going to see how that goes, all right? So hopefully, if I can hear about the truck, we can get that today. Would be cutting it close, so I realistically doubt it's going to happen. So tomorrow, if I can figure something else out, transport-wise, I will definitely film. If not, it was because, well, of course, like I told you, leg day is like my most intensive thing with equipment, so it fills up the bag super quick, and to fit a tripod and a camera isn't really the easiest thing. If that's the case, we'll definitely film Saturday. To get a leg day in, and probably Thursday for arms and stuff. If not, then we'll do Friday with the chest and back. So I think that's a great way to round it out. With that being said, greatly appreciate everything. I'm not going to extend this like I don't need to. So, greatly appreciate everything. If you're watching, watch this long, that's awesome. I also greatly appreciate. All right, spit it out, pain. If you like, share, subscribe as well. I'm going to catch you on the next one for some good stuff, whether it be squats or another chest and back day. We're going to put up something nice for y'all. All right, we'll catch you then. Peace.